Flapping your gums with Vinny and Hessie. Yeah!
Hey, welcome back to Flapping Your Gums with Vinny and Hessie. This is episode 3. I am Hessie. This is Vinny. Right over there. I think which way are you? I'm not sure which way when it comes on the video. But yeah, so I'm just pointing.
You're on my left.
There.
I'm on the right.
All right, well, we're back. This will be our third episode. I just want to give a shout out to our servicemen and women for them keeping us free and safe. And those overseas, hopefully you guys will be getting a chance to listen to us. I know a couple buddies that I got that are out on deployment, and they've hit it. They've listened to it, so that's pretty cool. And then also hello to those not in the U.S. Like we got some different countries listening, so that's pretty rad. Like, that's awesome to hear. Hopefully we can get some comments and stuff from those guys just to kind of see what, how they relate to stuff, how they don't, what they want to talk about, how they, different, the whole different cultures and stuff like that. We got tomorrow is the MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so that's pretty cool. Vinny, you working tomorrow or?
Yeah, I get to.
That's cool.
I get to go out and work
do
tomorrow.
it up for us. There's no
Deliver
days off for you guys. I have it off on the other hand, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. So it doesn't feel like it's too late for me to be shooting this podcast right now. So go ahead.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to go out and work on a holiday when a lot of your businesses are not in. My kids don't have school tomorrow, so yeah, it's gonna be a hard day to get out of the house.
A hard day to get
really
motivated in the morning, huh?
Do some work
to get rolling.
Yeah, definitely hard day to get motivated.
Here we are sitting with we got the playoffs going on. That's pretty cool for the NFL.
I know,
Niners, they pulled it off.
Really
my ticket didn't go quite as well. I went and did a couple tickets. Being I'm in Nevada, it's pretty easy to go down and put a little wager here and there and see what we can basically donate our money to the gambling association, I guess.
Gambling association.
So I was looking pretty good, actually. So I kind of mixed it up this time. I went with the line on the games. I did a ticket with just the line and decided to do some over and unders, which I have never done before. So the first game out, made it, was great. Even hit the over. I was like, okay. So the Bills and the Dolphins, I'm thinking, okay, they probably aren't not too high of a score, I would think. They got pretty good defenses and stuff like that. Yeah, no, they bombed it. I mean, the Bills won. Great. Congratulations. But they were well over the over and under. I think it was like 43.5 points. So they blew that out of the water. So that ruined that ticket. Yeah.
So you went under 43.5 points?
I don't know. Yeah, I thought they would have a little better defense, not score so much. Maybe the Dolphins not even score because it seemed to open up that way.
Yeah, I didn't do a parlay this week, but I didn't think that the Bills would beat them by that much.
Well, the Bills only beat them by 3 points.
The spread
you're talking about the spread. Yeah.
Well, I know, but the spread was 13.5.
It ended up being 14
on the spread,
when I closed that ticket. So I did do a parlay also points.
See, and I still would have went with the Dolphins on the spread just because I didn't think that they would have.
So I did that.
Beat that spread.
So my parlay was great.
But you lost
right up until
okay.
The Vikings decided to lose to the Giants. So that ticket was good right up until that point. So yeah, I was super excited about that. I'm still in on the pick'ems. Like I got it going on all over the place apparently because on my pick'ems league I'm still in. So we're looking good on that. So and then I also am in. I just filled out a bracket to run with the points to go all the way to the Super Bowl for the Super Bowl.
For the
so you
playoffs.
just got to go through and pick the whole bracket until the end. And you get points as your team advances or the teams that you pick. And then you pay at the end there. But I don't know. Maybe it's a problem. I don't know if it is or if it isn't. You know, gambling anonymous. I don't know what that's the thing. I'm sure there's people that do way more. Isn't that how you look at it in the world? Be like, oh, I'm not as bad as the guy over there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not as bad as that other guy. Yeah, yeah.
That's what alcoholics do too.
Well, geez, I'm not that guy.
If I don't ever get that bad.
But yeah, so it's like the new year. Here we are rolling into
Right.
the new year. So we got all kinds of you got all kinds of stuff probably coming in with what you got to deliver a bunch of exercise equipment and all that stuff or what?
Oh, dude. Yeah, on a daily basis, we're delivering some weights and barbells, and you'll get dumbbells, and the next day it'll be a couple of treadmills or not necessarily assault bikes or anything like that, but they're stationary bikes.
They probably
Is that
like
quite
what's
a few stationary bikes?
like the brand ones are like Nordic Track or
They
Peloton.
have Schwinn.
Schwinn.
Like I get a lot of Schwinn.
So those stationary or like Schwinn like
the-
bicycle. I'm gonna take it out and
Schwinn.
take it off some sweet jumps or what?
No,
No
stationary
sweet
Schwinn
jumps,
bikes.
huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Those ones that you were naming there, the Nordic Track and the Pelotons, I'm pretty sure they probably are exceeding the weight limit. I can only deliver up to 150 pounds
No,
at a time.
I don't.
So unless it comes in two boxes.
So that's probably because that's probably why UPS didn't bring it. We got a Nordic Track. It's like the base of those things are pretty heavy, but it came in one box and it was like a freight company came and unloaded off the truck.
Yeah. So that's what most likely went freight. Yeah, anything over 150 pounds through UPS goes. It has to go through freight.
I don't think it would be. Yeah, it has to be just. I don't see it being even 200 because I can lift the whole frame up, like the base part, and set it in the box because we sent it back already. It was like my wife wanted to get it, and that was cool. And Alexa used it a few times, and she hit it a few times in the morning when it was cold, and then just been sitting there. I hit it like twice, and I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Is this going to be something we use, or is this going to be like all of a sudden I start seeing clothes draped on it or something?" Then that would be and then it's game over.
That's usually what ends up
So
happening.
I'll tell you what's super exciting is try to get one of those stationary bikes put back in a box to ship back because they're all for it. They got that warranty and stuff on it. They're like, "Oh yeah, you sure we'll take it back. You just got to put it in a box and send it back." They don't even say like how whatever. You can just as long as it's packaged and put in a. I mean, it's got a 22-inch LCD touch monitor on it. It comes with those little weights, a little cup holder thing. The Nordic Track is. I mean, it's a sick bike. There's no doubt. I'm sure Peloton's cool too. I haven't looked at. The only thing I like about the Nordic Track, I don't got to have shoes, like different shoes for it. It's got the baskets, but you plug it in. It's got a motor thing, so like when you hit a hill and you're ripping up a hill, it like picks the front of the bike up, so it sets your grade. You know, if you're steep or downhill or whatever, this thing like moves up and down, goes up and down. So it's pretty cool that way, and then it automatically does your resistance. So like if you're going up a hill, the motor like puts your bike up, and then it resists.
Oh,
I
sweet.
mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool and all that stuff. And then, but they're super cool about taking it back. They're like, yeah, because you get so many days for a trial thing type deal. So we didn't really use it. So I was like, let's send it back, dude. Find a box, bro. It's insane because this thing is like 58 inches long, right? It's 3 feet tall, but it's only 12 inches wide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm like, cool. Oh, I'll go down and get
deliver them. I know.
I'll go down and get some boxes, right? So the guy's like, man, we really don't have boxes that way. I'm like, well, that's weird.
Right.
Like you're a shipping company. Like you would think you had I can clearly see. I'm looking behind you. There's 1,000 boxes sitting back there. Oh yeah, we don't have one that fit that. I'm like, well, you got one? I can put two of them together. Like, let's put our heads together and think about this. Like, give me one that's 48 inches long, 24 inches tall, and I can put the two of them
Going
together.
to an appliance store.
right?
appliance.
No. He's like, oh, yeah, I got these. Well, maybe. Let me go look. Comes out. Oh, I got these. I'm like, okay. Well, how? He's like, they're 48 inches long. I was like, perfect. I'm like, well, wait, how tall are they? Because they didn't seem tall. Like, once I started to unfold them, or make them into a box, like, I'm going to lose the two sides.
Right.
He's like, oh, they're 13 inches.
Yeah.
I'm like, two of them together, that's still only
Right.
26 inches. Like, I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm pretty sure that's not 3 feet. And he's like, because he's all, oh, I think they're like $20. And I was like, $20, okay, $20. And he's like, oh, there's two of them, $40. I'm all, what? You're going to charge me $40 for 2 boxes? No, I'm like, yeah. And then they're not in the right size. So I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. So I did eventually find a TV box. Fit it. Yeah. Except, you know what kind of size TV
Pretty
you got
much,
to
yeah.
put it in? 86-inch TV is the box I found. Way
Like-
too big. Clearly too big.
Well, it fit.
I mean, no, dude, I had to cut the box.
Fill it up
and,
with
like,
styrofoam.
do my own, box, fold it in, and slide the two. Oh, yeah, DIY.
DIY your own box.
DIY? DIY?
It's DIY.
What's DIY?
DIY. Do it yourself.
Didn't.
I
Yeah.
think you're thinking of
Could be.
DUI.
No, I know what that is. Yeah. Well, yeah. Speaking of, that perfect rolls us right into the DIY. Ooh, we got some great feedback on that, by the way. We had some comments in there.
Yeah. Had really good
about
feedback.
About the DIY, and with you, some people were rolling pretty good on it with the peppers. They liked the pepper stuff. So I think the DIY. We had a comment come in about Vinny and his dude. He was like, they've commented and said, I'm dying over this DIY section. Vinny just keeps digging his hole deeper. It's a female, and she says, Vinny has ADHD, LOL. The dopamine hit comes at the beginning of the project, LOL. Not at the end. It's hard to finish projects. She says, at least for me, I fought it all summer with those projects. So that was pretty cool. That she
Exactly. Go in gung-ho and
you
get bored.
The ADHD.
It's like, man, I just want to go do something on my own for the weekend. I don't want to sit here and work on this stuff every waking moment of my free time.
That's the dopamine wearing off, apparently. So, yeah, I thought that was cool. We got some comments on that one. So I was like, oh, man, I better let you know that.
And that is good.
Yeah, that
That
was
is
pretty
good.
funny. Good water year,
Yeah.
seems like, huh?
No.
Seems like a good
DIY.
water year for you. I know, so I was talking with Vinny, what was that, 2 days ago? I think we got some rain and stuff here, and you got hammered with some
Tuesday.
snow and sent in some pics and stuff.
Yeah, the week I was on vacation, they got some snow up where I deliver, and I don't know, it was probably 6 inches, 8 inches. I wasn't there, so then when I came back last week, it was snowing Monday,
global warming.
Tuesday, and
It's global warming, I'm pretty
the
sure.
little town.
Everybody was all freaked out.
Well,
that
like
we were-
here,
I don't. That's what I don't quite get too. Is like, wasn't it just like a month ago we were in a drought and everybody's freaking out that we were gonna dry up like a bunch of popcorn farts, dude.
We're still gonna
And now we're gonna flood.
It was. It's been. I told you
You did
before this
call it
winter
over
it
the
was gonna be
summer.
a wet year.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
I
So
did.
Vinny sends me
Said
these
it's gonna be a
pictures of
wet
people
year.
out in their driveway, like
And
he's
then-
walking through a pathway that's looks like you're up at I-80 at Donner. It was like 3 feet.
Oh,
inch,
dude,
just
it's got
20. Oh yeah.
It's got to be
it was
20-inch
2
walk
feet,
back,
I'd
yeah.
say. But yeah, it was.
Yeah. It's nice when people shovel their walkway and you can get to the doors when you make the deliveries. The struggle is, a lot of people have their garage, so they just pull their car in their garage, park in the garage,
Yeah,
and then
that's
they go
me.
in through their
That's
garage
me,
door.
yeah.
But the delivery guys and
and I feel
mailmen,
bad for it
post
now.
office, or
I was thinking about
FedEx,
that
UPS.
because
You
you
just
got
leave it.
stuck
You just leave it.
the other day. Why don't you talk? Let's elaborate on that. Like you were out there with your little shovel and your browns, and you just shoving your little bag off.
Yeah. So some of the houses I go to, they're a little bit off the main road, so they've got some long driveways, circle driveways, stuff like that. So, yeah, I thought I could make it just following the paths, and it had rained the night before, so everything underneath was it was wet and slushy. I drove up in there, got stuck, knocked on the door. The teenage son came out with a snow shovel and a regular shovel, and we started digging and rocking the truck back and forth and getting it out of that. And then the next day they actually cleared it all out. So it was, but yeah, it's not fun when you sit there and go, okay, do I want to walk,
Carrying a bike.
a couple hundred yards, maybe 300 yards?
Just throw that brick on your back.
I mean, it's like some of the houses, you're
And
like,
so,
oh, come on,
like,
just put a box.
Yeah, and then
just
I
put
look,
a box out here by the
I
driveway.
finally get to park my truck in my garage now in this new place we built. So I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm that a-hole. And then, like, just open the garage door, and I look out. I'm like,
just drives in the garage,
well, like, I
closes
get up
the
in the
garage
morning
door,
because I got
goes
to go to
inside.
work early, and so I legitimately don't know the weather. I've been really bad about it. Usually, I kind of keep an eye on it and stuff like that. Probably more so when my truck was parked outside. But I'm telling you, now that it's not, I mean, it is.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. So it's like I'll open the garage door and be like, ah, crap, it's snowing. Didn't even know, like, unless it was snowing that night.
Yeah.
Before I rolled up in the fart sack.
Right.
But if it wasn't, then I'm like weathermaning it when I open the garage. And then I did think about it. But as we know, I don't have a snow shovel, so sorry. You're going to have to just walk up in the snow.
Yeah. It gets to that point. It's rough. Like you watch the city guy out there with the snow plow, and he's got farmers pulling him out because he got stuck. So obviously he wasn't, he was trying to do too much at a time, trying to catch up. And those UPS trucks, they're 2-wheel drive. They look heavy. They're
Are we
made out
able
of
to
aluminum.
use
They're
that
light.
term?
Or
am I going to have to? All right, we're set.
Well, we've already
we'll
done
see how
it.
that rolls out.
we'll see.
I don't think there's anything for you not to.
I mean,
yeah.
I work for him.
I was just wondering because I don't want you making me more editing stuff for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's our
Here
third
we go.
podcast, and
No,
let's see what happens. I'm not
it's just-
bad-mouthing it.
They're not 4-wheel drive.
They've been there
That's why
23
there's
years.
4-wheel drive. You know what I mean?
They're not 4-wheel drive. Well, up in Park City during the winter, I don't know if they did it this year, but I know they've done it in the past. That they will rent some 4-wheel drive vehicles for those guys to use up there, like in Park City and stuff like that. Just because it gets so much snow that they have to. I mean, it's just what they have to do. But it's hard because I'm about 50 miles from our center, is where the town I go to, and our center is in Salina, and there's no snow on the ground. There's no snow at my house. So I get up there.
What's the
and
elevation
I'm in,
change?
foot and a half,
by
2
hand?
feet of snow.
No, I was wondering.
I don't
about
know.
that.
No, I haven't looked. But it's close to the mountains. It's got it's a small. It kind of narrows down in the valley there. So you got mountains pretty close on the west, and there's a big Mount Nebo's in north of you. So it catches a lot of stuff there that just kind of holds it. But so yeah, it's
That's so. And places like up there,
You know,
you're
your
probably
bosses
just
are like, "Hey, you
nonstop
backed up."
delivery. Like, cause I mean, I wouldn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm
All
up
little
in the snow,
towns.
2 feet of snow, not shoveling my way out, I'm just gonna chill out, dude. Have me some soup, watch some Netflix or something. You probably take they house their food. They probably this year let the new year, like we were talking about, that food prep and stuff. That's a big thing, huh? You deliver a lot of stuff of that with you. I know I'm big time.
we deliver.
Talk about it, but go ahead.
So a lot of the companies they'll do like little package deals and stuff like that. They'll let you do a package deal where I think they send you a few boxes, like a month. You might get 3, 4, 6 boxes a month, but they'll stretch them out. You buy a big old lot of food storage, like a 2-year supply of food storage. They don't send it to you all at once. You kind of like they set them up on a payment plan type deal, and you get like certain boxes, and there'll be, depending on the town and depending on the time of the year, but usually like the first of the year, everybody starts making these goals of, oh yeah, we're gonna really buckle down on our food storage. So you might deliver 6 to 8 boxes of food storage, and they're in 5-gallon buckets, but then they put those 5-gallon buckets in boxes, so you can have 2 5-gallon buckets in a box depending on what the food is. They get pretty,
and that's heavy
there. But
and that's the companies that are doing it, because isn't there like the Mormon, or I don't know, Mormon, LDS, whatever they call it, it's one and the same, two the same, whatever. You guys have that food storage, like where you dehydrated all your stuff, and because don't you guys got? I mean, that's like a scare up there, like the turkey. You got the bird flu or something going, right? Everybody's killing off a bunch of turkeys and chickens, and
they did have to kill off a bunch of turkeys. Yeah, they had some virus go through up there in Moroni and Fountain Green. There's a lot of turkey sheds up there, but yeah, they were going through and taking care of a lot of those turkeys. It was just before winter. I mean, it wasn't really cold yet, so I guess back in October.
That was bumming me out too, because that's like the best turkey ever. That's right. So I get with Vinny, because he drives around there and has to deliver to these guys. So he always hooks me up, lets me know when they're doing like when they have leftover stuff or whatever. Yeah, dude, them dudes are rad, man. So like Vinny will hit me up and be like, "Hey, I got this turkey." It's like we're doing some illegal deal. He's like, "Yo, they got this turkey on sale for blah 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 price." Which is super cheap, because turkey right now is outrageous. Everything's outrageous right now, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. Like you go and do like a Walmart pickup just for like a little. I mean, because most of us too lazy to get out and go through Walmart. But dude, you go drive up there and they throw it in the trunk. You don't even look at it, right? So you just drive home and you go to get in there and like you look at your phone. Yeah, you look at your phone and you're like, dude, that was
6 bags that
cost
you $96. Cool.
They load it up in there. You don't even get out of your rig. Get home, open up the things, 3 bags of groceries in there. I'm like, what in the? And yeah, and heaven forbid, dude, I don't even know how. Like, you go to your self checkout, how many bags you pull off that thing? You pull off bags, yeah. You know the bags are all stuck together and this, that, and the other, and you're like, what in the world, dude? They load them in the back of your thing. It's like one thing in a bag. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's real efficient right there. I got soap. You put soap in one bag.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, but you don't mix soaps and detergents
it's
with
closed
food.
And sealed up. You could put it with the canned stuff. Yeah, I don't want you dumping it in my salad. You know what I mean? Like, I get that part. But yeah, $140, and then you open it up, and then there's legit 3 or 4 bags. You're like, you got to walk through and look at your shopping list just to make, because you basically feel like you just got dry piped in the back side, dude. You're like, dude, this is. So, and that's with the turkey thing we were talking about. So Vinny will hook me up. Yeah.
So they have an outlet store on their processing plant. So they'll have their turkey in the 1-pound sausage rolls, and then they have their sweetheart roll, and then like they have all kinds of stuff. So I think what it ends up being is just kind of the surplus. Like they make a ton of it for certain times a year, and then when they have excess, then they put it out there. Some of the stuff's not there all the time, so it's kind of just fluctuating on what they have excess of.
Yeah, I always just get the ground. I'm a ground guy, but I'll have Vinny hook me up with like 40 pounds of that stuff at a time. It's nuts. A buddy I work with, he's like, dude, I'll take some.
It's 20 pounds.
You can't beat the deal on it. It's just the way it goes.
No, and we see each other a few times a year, plus Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So we've got a few times a year that I'll just keep it in the freezer until we can get it to you. But yeah, it's a good deal.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, hey,
right now, I think they're pretty low.
The guys that with our overseas guys are different country folk, depending on when. I won't mention all the countries that do it, but it's like. The tracking device that tracks these podcasts shows like where they come in from, different countries and stuff. And so I'd be interesting to see what they do. You know what I mean? Like over there in Germany and, Berlin and Singapore and stuff like that. I know there was a couple there. We got some listeners over there. Like, I wonder if they're the same way. You know what I mean? I wonder if like they do food storage, if they have the ability to do that stuff. Be interesting to know.
Food
you know what
storage,
I mean? Because like when I went to Scotland, like that whole thing with the hunting. They don't hunt. There's no predators. They don't have guns. It's neat to talk to them and then kind of see the difference in culture and it's just in their country. And so like it's still like left over for like the royalty, you know, go up and hunt red stag. And I just picture them like on the horse with the fox and, you know, or the hounds and stuff and just all that stuff running around hunting all this stuff. But it'd be interesting, like if you know, comment, message us or whatever, and let us know. I don't know, see what you guys do. It'd be, you know, how they do it, what they do, if they dehydrate it or what.
Yeah. Well, like back in the day when we were just barely out of high school, I had a friend that went on his LDS mission over to England, and everything in the grocery store was in plain white packages. It just said chocolate chip cookies. Like it didn't say Chips Ahoy, it didn't say Oreos or anything like that. It was just a plain white package
ingredients.
Of chocolate chip cookies. So I don't know if that was just a specific store. I that's all I remember. I mean, dude, that was
that is a long time
25 years ago. I don't remember that, but he had a little video of it when he came home off his mission, and he was like, oh yeah, he's like, this is their chocolate chip cookie, just white package with black writing on it, like just plain as can be.
Well, it's kind of because it's that New Year thing,
no,
you know,
fancy,
everybody's plans are, you know, you got everybody who wants to stock up, do food prep, or, you know, do fitness or stuff like that, you know, and so it's interesting to know. The thing of it is how freaking expensive everything is. You know, I mean, it is asinine.
Oh yeah. Well,
great job.
Well, like even on that food storage stuff, like when I was delivering it last year, there was a little run, I think in the summertime, and they must have had a sale, and I like looked up the company that it was coming from to see what they were doing, and yeah, you're few $1,000s to get like 2 year supply. I mean, they put you on a plan, they send you certain boxes and stuff like that at a time. And it's just like, all right, I mean, that makes sense.
It does, in a way. It probably, sure. I mean, especially that whole Mormon thing with the 2 year food storage and, you know, all that stuff, prep, like doing that stuff. I get that part of it. It would be, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. Like, I am definitely, for sure, a person to be prepared. You know, I have Bugout 72-hour bags, you know, kits type thing for all of us, for the three of us, I should say, not all of us, but basically it's enough to get. My plans is I'm headed to Mom's, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna set up for it there if we can make it. But being the facts, if you can't, like I'm not all crazy about it, but I have a month's supply. But it's like a 2 year supply would be tough. You know what I mean? Like, you know, mom and dad, they rotate theirs out. You know, they got all that stuff. And it's like, you know, as kids, we were always like, oh, just go down in the basement and go to the store down. Yeah, go down to the store in the basement, go down to the food store. So you kind of rotate that stuff out. But like a 2 year plan, you don't rotate that out, I don't think. It'd be interesting to know. Like mine, I wouldn't go, I have a month's worth for 3 people, and you can eat 1,400 and I think it's like 30 calories a day. So it's not huge. You can go more, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can do more. But, you know, I guarantee you I'm supplementing in with some wildlife. May it be whatever, you know.
All right.
Tags
right, but
damned.
like the people in Scotland, they're not going to have a whole lot of wildlife.
Go whack some sheep, I guess. There's a lot of sheep up there. I saw pigs. I think they got big pig farms.
Yeah, there's a lot of sheep there.
I don't know. It's cool because you would go down the street and they'd have like all their food that was left over. I'm pretty sure it was for pig farms, if I remember right. It's been years, but they had boxes out there, and you would throw your like leftover food. Like basically, instead of scraping it out in the garbage, you'd scrape it in this bin. And then set it out at the street, and they come and gather it. And then I'm pretty sure they said it goes to pig farms or whatever, you know, and they slop the hogs with it so it doesn't go to waste, that's rad too.
Right.
But yeah, definitely, yeah. And that goes back to hunting stuff, you know. That was cool when we were talking about the thermal stuff. I had a listener hit me up and was letting me know about the bipods, the sticks and stuff, and so I ended up going out and getting a pod.
And this
So
was a stick
basically,
because you
yeah,
kept dropping
basically
down to
'cause
shoot
my
that coyote
bipods
by the
are
train,
to the gun.
and you couldn't see it. So then
Correct.
they told you to get a
So-
stick so you could.
Yeah, so
right. So this is
my
one you can
guns, the
stand up with.
bipods, for anybody that's listening doesn't quite understand, is like you have like a M-lock rail through like handguard that's on the gun, and that's where your mount bipod or whatever you have. Well, they extends out so far, but it's only like the tallest one I could find. I think I have it. It's 20. I want to say it's 29 inches. 27 to 29 inches, right around there. It's the longest extending one, just because I'm a little taller guy, so I like to have it like when I'm sitting down, so I'm not hunkered over. And so the gentleman got on there and was like, "Hey man, this is what you need to do. You're nighttime hunting," which I didn't even really think about it. Just stand there, right? And so,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Try to
you
hold
can
still.
just stand there and call. You don't have to. Yeah, you just stand there with
you mean
bipod.
stand there
You
with the
can't hold
bipod?
yourself still
Yeah,
for that
okay.
long holding the gun, especially if it's got thermal on it. It's got bipods on it. I mean, no matter what, try to hold a 5-pound weight out in front of you for, minutes. You'll start shaking. You know what I mean? 2.5 pounds is going to get
5
old.
minutes, yeah.
And so, so I found it, dude. It's a Vanguard Scout. It's called the Vanguard Scout B62, and it extends out to 62 inches tall. You know what I mean? It's got this little strap thing in between it. It's a bipod. I looked at the tries and stuff like that, but being as I shoot off a bipod already, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna. I feel like I'd probably be more comfortable with doing that way.
I just want to
Yeah,
mount
I mean
chairs in
that's
the back of my truck.
super illegal, but I feel like it'd be awesome. Like I'm pretty sure you can't shoot out of a vehicle, so we don't shoot out of a
Just
vehicle.
get it
if
jacked up
anybody's
there so you can-
asking. It would just be cool if we could. Yeah, sure.
You just mount yourself up on. It's like mounting yourself up on a hill
Yeah.
already. You just get up there. I've seen trucks on YouTube that do it, like night hunters. They've got like
I'm pretty
chairs
sure
mounted
you're
on
on
top of their vehicle.
private land. Yeah, it would be my
Oh.
guess. I mean, comment in, whoever's listening. Like, send us
that just gets them a little higher.
send us something that says you can or can't. I know, like, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you got to
send
be
us
200 feet off
can or
of a
can't.
road. I don't know if it's like a county road, a highway, a marked road. I haven't really got into it that far because usually I'm not on the road. Yeah, so
Shooting
I've
from a
gotten out
vehicle,
and taken
right.
off running in my sweatpants and my joggers and took off and like looking back to see if I'm far enough off the road, which I probably didn't need to do, but cool. It worked out anyways. So, but yeah, I'm actually probably gonna go out tonight. That's why I wanted to try to get on earlier here. I'm gonna go try out the new bipod. Yeah, because
Go
it
try
just
out your
came in and I
bipod.
just haven't
Nice.
had time.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
Well, you don't have to
man.
work tomorrow, though,
MLK
that's why.
Day, bro.
Yeah.
It's where it's at.
Yeah.
There's nothing
That's
wrong
all.
with that.
That's great.
But yeah, so it's just and I want to go out just for a couple hours. We're doing the NorCal Classic qualifier stuff, so I don't want to be out too late. Mess up my workout from my sleeping, working out. I don't know.
Oh yeah, don't want to mess up
It's
those
a
3-hour
this is a
workouts.
doozy one tomorrow. So it's snatching. It
How
went
did yours
okay.
go yesterday?
You know what? I usually don't redo workouts, and I'm super excited I get to redo a workout. So rad. Yeah.
So when you qualify for the NorCal Classic, you've got to record it with the clock
So
in the
they have
in the
well
shot.
no
and then
well they
you
have
send
two.
it into them, right?
So the NorCal sets up a thing on it's called WattProof. So it's the same as WeTime. Two different apps, but when you go onto WattProof, and you can just go into WattProof and click on the NorCal Classic, and it even gives you like the little NorCal Classic emblem down here in the bottom of your phone screen, and then when you record it, it has the timer
Okay.
on it, and so it's time stamped. Yeah.
So the timer's on your phone.
So you got to record it. It was double unders and wall balls, but it was fast. Like, I didn't make it out of the first round the first time. In the first 4 minutes, I was one wall ball short because I was just trying to speed up my double unders. And for those that don't know what a double under is, it's jump rope, but you have to pass the rope twice through underneath your feet. So that's what they call them, double in one jump. So I think I was just trying to speed it up, and so I kept tripping up, and there's no real time for it. So I didn't get out of the first round. I was one short, so I actually redid it that same yesterday, the same. I just waited like 10 minutes and then did it again, and I was 4 wall balls short of making it into the third round. I had made it into the second. So, which is exponentially more reps for sure. It's
right
200 and basically. Well, I made 40. It. I had 4 left, so it was 236 reps. I made it further than the first time I did it. Yeah. So I think I can finish. I tripped up a couple times. Looked at my judge on the count. It was a little bit. Off a little, so we both were on the same page on that. So that slowed me down too. That was my fault. So I'll redo it. But we have a few more days because you kind of want to get them all out there first before redoing. You know what I mean? Because like my calves, there's no doubt my calves are tight this morning. Like I got up, I was like, ooh, yeah, I did do 600 double unders. Like I could feel it. So tomorrow's the snatch and muscle up one, so we'll see how that goes. So I can't stay out too. I mean, I have the day off, so that's nice. So I can do a little sleepy time in the morning if I can. Definitely not the same as going to work. Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Check this score real quick, see where we're at with this whole Is it saying it's got 8 minutes
Bengals.
and 4 seconds still left? Or am I like, why is
no,
this
minute 25 left on my phone.
This is annoying.
No. But yeah, it's going to be another close one. I mean, they've been pretty close. Dude. So, but yeah.
So Alex.
But yeah, Sean works out
no, it's like
3 hours a day. Doesn't miss a day.
From like 3 to 5 normally.
2.5.
Sometimes.
3 to 5:30. Yeah, 3 to 5:30. Yeah. I mean, he fat shames me all the time. It's fine. It is what it is. I work out like an hour in the mornings sometimes if I want to, but I've gotten pretty lazy
that clicking
at
noise?
my workouts. Oh, it's my pen. Sorry.
I can hear something
What's
clicking.
that clicking noise?
No, I don't. No,
Yeah,
there's some of that. Yeah. Dude, because this guy, no.
I know, I don't fat shame you. Oh, wait, how many?
I mean,
no, I enjoy food.
Yeah.
I enjoy food.
But don't say,
I mean,
because
if I want to eat the same thing
because you did
every
just recently.
day.
You guys were doing basically
keto.
It wasn't
that was a
really
year
keto.
ago.
You can't say keto because you were doing like low carb, not a no carb. You were doing low carb, not a no
low
carb. It wasn't entirely doing. You weren't entirely doing it right. You weren't, but you weren't doing it right.
So boring.
I think it was doing well for you.
According to you, I don't do anything right.
No.
I mean,
that shows.
I like food.
Yeah.
I can't eat chicken all the time. I know. It shows. And a lot of our guys at our gym they come to work out so they can, like, I'm going to work out hard today so I can go get that burger
McDonald's,
or nachos or whatever at lunch. I got a couple guys like that in the gym. Yeah, or McDonald's or like
all right, so don't let Vinny tell you that I have not helped him out. I'm not saying that you the workout or the dieting plan that you
definitely not
guys
as
were doing was wrong. You have 20 pounds? 20 pounds.
20. I was down
So
20.
for most people, you got to think about that,
Yeah,
though.
I was-
There's a lot of people out there that would love to do that, females especially.
The hardest part is just trying to stay on the plan.
True.
And
There is. It is.
It gets
I will
boring.
not.
It's not.
I
it's
will
not
not
fun.
say that
It's not fun.
But so that's. I don't do that. I don't do. I don't do low carbs.
No, you
no
don't do.
carbs.
You don't
I
do low carb,
the
no
meat
carb.
eater
No.
stuff. I don't do any of that stuff. Mine is just basically. Mine is set because I feel like, and anybody who subscribes or comments, like you guys comment to us, hit us up on, Bookface, Messenger, Instagram, whatever it may be, because we would love to hear your guys' parts on this stuff too. But like, I feel like doing a diet is hard. Sticking to it, same as you. But I mean, you got all stake. Vinny, when Vinny first started,
it's the same.
when
It's
Vinny
the same
first
thing
started,
we got going with the
like
DIY.
with his DIY, yeah, the endorphins wear out. I don't know.
I mean, you get
He
gung
looked
ho.
like he
You
ate
go into the
babies, dude.
diets.
He's got a
hanging in
picture,
there,
and
it's
it looks
going
like
crazy.
he was. If I could get this picture, and I'll put it up on our channel, dude. This dude is. I don't even. What did you even weigh then, bro? Like, you were well over 200 pounds.
It was. Well, yeah, it was like
Good Lord,
214,
dude.
211, 214.
And so, yeah, and he sits there.
My stepdaughter says, "Hey,
Oh, yeah,
you look
ate
like
a
you just
baby,
ate 12
dude.
hamburgers."
He ate a small child. But yeah, so he gives me crap that I harass him and give him crap about it. But I mean, do we want to go there? Because I mean, you used to eat that stuff. How many ounces soda? 150 ounces soda a day. Dude wouldn't poop for like 4 or
150
5
ounces of Mountain
days.
Dew a day, yeah.
Yeah, and then the poor people at the post office that he goes and just sits in there. This poor lady at the post office. Let's get into that. Dude, this lady at the post office, we ain't going to say where.
No, let's not.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to talk
dude,
about
it
my
was a
poop
hit.
again. We talked about it enough on last episode.
Dude, this is
moving
almost
on.
non-existent. This is non-pooping. Dude, he just sits there.
This is how we
hunkered up,
talk
groaning
all day.
and just weird noises coming from
Just
the bathroom.
bashes on me.
For 40 minutes,
Oh,
45
gosh.
minutes. I don't know. Maybe he's on Netflix. I couldn't tell you.
Hey, I'll tell you what. The best product out there is Poopery. You buy some Poopery.
Yeah,
and
now he does it
nobody
now,
even
except
knows
for
you
the
were there.
noises because if you can hear the person talking outside, they can hear you inside. That's how that works.
There's no
two-way
noises.
wall. Yeah.
I understand.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So
is.
Vinny would go days without it, and then we did put you on a pretty good eating regimen, and all of a sudden it was miraculously
yeah.
pooping
Chicken,
every
rice,
day.
and vegetables every day.
Weird. I don't eat like I do and drink 150 ounces of soda, and I can poop every day. But yeah,
Every day.
that's all to the
Yeah,
wayside now.
It was all good. It was all good. But see, here we are already. Just
You brought
Just
it up. I was just pointing
bash
out. I got to defend myself.
I know.
When the things I'm telling you and it works and things go right, and then I'm the
Yeah.
bad guy.
I know. I'm just trying to tell you how boring
Oh yeah,
it got
dude,
to
sucks.
food prepping. You go the weekend. You spend 2 hours making food, putting them in containers, and then you got to like throw them in your lunchbox and hope you can. I can't even find a microwave half the time. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
get
when
a
I did,
shop
and I
where you
just
go
put it
and
in the
work the
window
shop,
of
throw
my
it in the microwave.
truck
You can
and
heat up
eat it
food.
lukewarm. It's just chicken and
Ugh.
rice. You don't want your yogurt and granola to get
Just chicken
warm.
and rice. Oh,
Yeah. How's it going now?
jeez. It was. Yeah, it gets. I don't know. I'm just eating food. Just eat food. It's time to eat. We eat food. I still don't drink soda. I mean, I might have 1 or 2 a week.
I want the listeners
I'm not
to
doing
know.
a 64 ounce.
Go ahead and do it's like they should like do their own little like study or their own little thing. Go ahead and look at what 150 ounces of soda looks like. Just do it by water. Do it by water and put it in a 5-gallon bucket. Because you're gonna need a 5-gallon bucket. Just so you know, this dude would smash down a 64 ounce like them biggins. I don't know what they are. They're from the Maverick deal or whatever.
3 times a day.
And then so he would smash down like
Yeah.
a couple, 2 of
Yeah,
those.
big ol'.
And then he would get you. Well, you go to fuel up and grab your little 20-ouncer for the drive home.
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, I'd refill it and grab a. I mean, you gotta get a Maverick cinnamon roll every day.
No, you don't. But
Maverick cinnamon roll, brand new fresh Mountain Dew. Oh, dude, sit there and eat that while you're driving in for your hour drive in. It's a great end of the day.
It.
Made you feel good. Until you woke up the next morning and you're like, bah.
Yeah. But I mean, you're down. Yeah, go ahead.
But no, we both do CrossFit now. He got me into CrossFit, but I dropped down pretty good in weight, but I'd like to lose a little bit more. It's just I enjoy food too much. It's too easy to just be like, yeah, I want to eat that hamburger now. I don't need to plan it or.
So do you feel like
sit there and
that's
okay, I
the
ate
enjoyment
this today.
of food? I mean,
I think it's an enjoyment of laziness. It's laziness. 100% laziness.
I'm just saying because you can't.
I'll just do it right
you
now.
Can't say I enjoy
like,
food so much,
man,
so I don't have to make it.
I gotta get the chicken
I can
out.
just go and get one from McDonald's or wherever you go get it from.
It's no different than you going to Walmart and picking up your stuff in the parking lot.
Oh, what? You're saying no to drive through and get a hamburger instead of taking and going.
Right. You didn't have to walk to Walmart
I think that's just,
to go
I just,
get all
I
your
stay
stuff.
away
You
from
just had
people.
somebody bring it to you. So why not just?
Yeah, I do tell myself that. I don't
You tell
want to be
yourself
around
that.
people.
Go ahead. Yeah. He already worked out for 2.5 hours. He doesn't want to walk around Walmart for 40 minutes to the cart.
That is true. My legs hurt, dude.
My legs hurt. I
calves.
did 600 double unders.
No, there's no doubt. I'm not going to deny that there's not. It is lazy. Like the Walmart pickup I'm like, dude, people want to. You don't even go in and do your own shopping. Like, good grief. And now that I do it,
dude,
I'm like, oh,
but it's the greatest thing.
Right. But I still take.
Right.
But I can't. Those still don't relate because
that's what
I
do every day.
And get my food.
But that's what I do every day.
And I prep it and I cook it and I make it myself. So the two of those aren't the same. When you say, because I love food.
I got too many DIY projects. I don't have time to sit there and make food.
Your food would be 85%. But the same, because I'm not going to say, like, I like food. I enjoy it. I mean, who doesn't? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's some times that I eat for a purpose. Like, I'll just, like, my daughter will even look and be like, wait, did you already eat that? I'm like, yeah, I'm just eating this because I need it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fueling the machine is all I'm doing for this one. But there's, like, no doubt. Like, tonight, you know what I mean? Like, I cooked up steaks and stuff. And then we do French fries. You know what I mean? So we make French fries and all that stuff.
But you calculated that for your whole day.
Yeah, because that's all I do is mine is just my basically what I eat and do is gram based. You know what I mean? So it's like so many grams of fat, so many grams of carbs, so many grams of proteins. That's it. And so I can eat. You know, that's the part where, like, when you're saying, like, I love food stuff, so do I. Like, I love sushi. You know, I love that kind of stuff. And we have dinner nights once a month for the fire department. And you just have to know what you're about to do. Yeah, and
plan
so
ahead.
I think
I don't plan
I
ahead.
think that the calling out of the loving of food thing that's not right. Like, because I love it. Like I don't know. There's people that don't. Except for maybe if you got like COVID or something and now you can't taste nothing, then that would suck. Like Mom, I mean, what are you doing? Basically just stuffing your face with blah. Now that would be terrible. Like you could lose some weight that way.
I had COVID.
You could lose some weight if you couldn't taste food. Imagine if food just didn't taste like nothing good. Who wants to eat it? You'd be doing it like that time where you just shoveled it in just to get out of the house and go do something else.
And sometimes that's the problem with all the healthy food. It doesn't have a flavor. You know what I mean? Like when people say, "Oh yeah, I eat celery sticks," it's like celery sticks.
It doesn't. You put some
really
peanut
have
butter on it.
Flavor. So what do?
Listen, you're about to say squeeze cheese.
Peanut butter.
This
spread
is Vinny.
some cheese on there.
Well, yeah, you got.
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
was.
slap me some squeeze cheese on.
Cheese.
If a cheese is in a compressed bottle and can last years, it ain't cheese. Now, I'm not saying it ain't good.
Right, but that's what I was gonna say. But the stuff that usually tastes good is probably not the best.
Yeah,
for you.
I'm pretty sure we'll probably have a lot of people
In
comment
that aspect
on that,
of like the
but
squeezed cheese. Oreos taste great.
I'm not going to deny that.
Oreos taste
But you
great.
ain't got to eat a half a pack
But
every
are they
night
the best for you?
for the
Well,
week.
I mean, if you're gonna satisfy that,
it's
it's an
not,
itch.
dude.
You gotta satisfy that.
Yeah,
itch.
but
You gotta
you're
get
not
that,
scraping.
You gotta
You're
get
not
that
itching until
stack.
the skin bleeds. So have a couple, 3,
Well,
4.
I mean, you go until,
That's
and then what?
the
Your brain
sugar.
just wants more.
You're an addict.
That's the
is
problem.
what
Yeah,
that
the
is.
sugar.
You're addicted.
Yeah. Yeah, we just went out. A couple friends of ours. We just went out again coyote hunting this last weekend, and we busted out the Chips
Chew
Ahoy,
the red pack.
and they were the chewy ones.
Oh yeah, those are good. The
Yeah,
thing about the
red
chewy
pack.
ones,
Oh, dude.
I guarantee
I wiped
you, I
out
know
a whole
you
sleeve
did.
before I even
guarantee
passed it to anybody
The only
else.
thing I don't like about the chewy is the dipping. They don't do dip good in milk. Yeah, it's got some sort of.
No, they
thing.
don't soak up milk.
But it don't matter when you can slam.
But we were
in
driving
a
in the
soft,
truck,
chewy
and the
one,
guys in the backseat are like,
drink
"Hey,
some milk.
can we get some of them? Can we get some of them before you eat them all?" I'm like, "Yeah, hold on
You
just
just
a minute.
gotta-
I bought them. You can wait."
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry about this cough. Oof.
probably from the Chips Ahoy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I do ride Vinny pretty
But
hard
yeah,
about.
yeah, no. I
We
gotta
did
do
have
better
you.
goals
I mean,
on
we had you in
food.
some
I
pretty
do.
good shape there. Like when we did that workout together, you almost died, but you were in pretty good shape. I'd say starting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
I was only 6 months into working out when we did that workout.
I feel like when you start working out and going, when you start to go hard into it like that, it's just like the back. I mean, like I used to do all that, eat bad, drink, all that stuff, and then started getting into fitness and was like, it just fought basically everything I was doing. Because you go through a weekend. Partying on a
Correct.
weekend, just
Oh yeah, you
boozing
can
it up.
you can
Yeah,
definitely
dude.
tell.
Am I going to say it was terrible? No, it was great.
You go to do a
Yeah, I
workout, you
just
start
smell
sweating
like a
before the
brewery.
warm-ups.
Yeah,
even
like
done.
the partying days.
It's
Like, dude,
ugh.
have a Friday and a Saturday out the lake or whatever it was, and then just be, it's a grand old time just smashing down Captain Morgan Long Island iced tea. Now that's a scary one. You got to be careful with that one. You just put it on ice, dude, and just drink it. You just like you're out there drinking some just normal tea. Then all of a sudden you're face down, dude. Just woo, yeah, get you some. So and then it was like fine, partying, lake, doing all this stuff, and then you get up, Sunday, and you're like, get everything packed. You get home, you're like, whew, man, we hit her hard. And then Monday comes to do a workout, yeah, and you're just like, oh man, somebody been drinking? It smells like booze in here. It's you, you're just sweating out a bunch of alcohol. So
Yeah.
if your workout sucks on to Monday,
Yeah.
you finally start to feel good on Tuesday, then you end up going, or you could possibly something
by
comes
Friday
up
you feel
Wednesday
great,
night,
and then
you go
Friday
over
night
and
you
have a
just blow it
barbecue at
out.
somebody's house and have a few beers there. So Thursday's now a little bit faulty because you're like, man, I had a couple too many. Friday you start doing all right. Yeah, well then now it's the weekend again. So, oh yeah. But yeah, don't let Vinny.
Scratching off my. I wrote
Oh,
down fat
so he
shaming
didn't,
on
but
my
you didn't
list
tell me
today.
that.
I
You
wanted
didn't
to
put that
talk
one
about.
on mine.
No, I
Is
didn't.
it-
I wanted
is
to.
it-
I was gonna throw that out there and see.
You legit.
I mean, we needed our
Let's talk about it. Let's
I wanted
just
to have
a little
some
thing about fat
legit
shaming.
like conversations. No, fat shame. We're done. I was just talking about like, I just was gonna have it kind of set up like when you and I talk throughout the week, and like when we're just talking on the phone and stuff. We just things come up. We just talk about them. It's fun just to get kind of our reaction off of it. Like you'll just throw something out at me, and I'm dumbfounded for words. I'm just like whoa, like just. And then we joke about it and talk about it. I just thought that'd be something funny that people could see you kind of, maybe not be so ready
always
for
ready, bro.
that conversation. and we're so far away that you can't punch me in my throat.
That's because
You tell me
he
that
starts
all the
getting
time
mouthy.
when I throw something
He
out
gets
there.
lippy and then thinks.
I get lippy.
He's always starts smarting off because we're just on the phone. He's like tough guy texting or talking, and then he's like, and I'm like, you do know we're be hunting coyotes here in like a month, or I'm coming for Thanksgiving. I don't forget. I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Punch you in the
I
throat.
never do. Dude, we got in a fight like the one time we fought more than once, but the last time was in the street of Elsinore, Utah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
was full on
actual
fighting.
True.
Yeah. I was in the back seat of the car, and our little brother was sitting next to me, and Vinny was driving and had his girlfriend in the front, and so he thought he was going to be the tough guy.
No.
And Kevin did something. That's our little brother, and if I remember right, he like whapped her on the head with like a paper pamphlet or something because it was like foggy in there or steamed up in there because we'd been paintballing. So Vinny's driving, turns around, and starts punching Kevin, and I thought he hit him in the balls or hit him in his junk, and I punched Vinny in the back of the elbow because his arm was back there, and so then he was like
shoving the chair.
So he's like, you want to go? I'm like, let's go. So he says, and this is where it gets good because it's a 2-door car. Awesome. So he rips this thing over in the streets of Elsinore, Utah, and he stops. And the seat, of course, he has to let me out. Like, talk about a mood killer, dude. Like, here we are, all pumped up, ready to do some, UFC right here, right in the street, just bare knuckle. And I got to wait for him to let the seat out, like all like gentleman-like. So I'm just shoving this seat in the back of him, like trying to get it so when it unlatches, it wants to hit him. So he unlatches it. But in the back of my mind, I didn't think you wanted to fight. Like, I wasn't fully committed to it. I was like, I don't know that this is really going to happen. And so he undid the seat, and I got out, and I was like, you want it? You want it? And he's like, puts his dukes up, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, we're like just getting out. He's saying something. I don't know the words that were said.
I don't remember this much time.
No, he was shoving, and you were pulling off the road.
No, I was down.
And then as I was getting out, I'm like, there's no way he really wants to fight. Like, we're just going to yell at each other, whatever. And so I get out of the thing, and I kind of like stand there looking at him, and he just swings and hits me in the face. And then I was like, oh, yeah, it's on. So then I just commenced beating the piss out of him right there in the street.
Yeah, it was.
So I feel like I have the rights to fat shame you or anything like that. Like, until you get that belt back.
Oh, please.
You just sit there and shut up and take it is how that works.
Yeah.
No.
And I do.
Dude,
and
you make me sound like I'm the meanest person
take it.
ever. I love this guy, and I just am worried about him and his soda addictions and his
and I would really like to do everything that we talk about. It is more healthy for me. I just have no self-control when it comes to making bad choices on food and drink. That's about it. That's just like, meh. And then when you go to he's committed to go to the gym every day. And I'm like, I do coach a class at 6 a.m. and I'm like, okay, I go to the class to coach, and then I just go, I don't want to do this one today. So they'll talk me. Yeah, they'll talk me into working out with them and stuff. But it's like, oh, I'm not feeling it. Yesterday I ate this or I drank that, and it's just like, yeah, no. Last week I didn't work out.
You're on
at all.
vacation?
I ended up calling in sick. No, I got that nasty chest sinus cold, I guess you call it. I went to the doctor on Thursday, and they had to give me an antibiotic shot and some other stuff, and that's why I have this cough still. So hopefully this week will be better. Goals, remember?
The goals
remember?
You got to do.
Goals.
It's New Year. It's a new year, so Vinny's
do weekly
going
goals,
to eat better
not year goals.
and not get fat shamed. I always tell him, like, I do always tell Vinny when we get going on something, like, oof, that might have been a little harsh. I should try. I've been trying to do better. I mean, hopefully it's turned out that way. But I think, honestly, I don't know. I feel like I have, but yeah, I feel like sometimes Vinny needs it, and so I am the one that has to tell him that. Like, you can't just sugarcoat everything. It's not. Yeah, it's not all rainbows and
old
unicorns,
enough to decide,
bro.
like what I'm gonna.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Not all rainbows and unicorns.
No. The sad part is just like, the things he says is right. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I think about it and I do some of it or I don't. I want to make it's my own choices. I can't blame him for my fatness.
He's not that fat, in case anybody's wondering. Not anymore. So you got to figure though, dude, you were 215.
Yeah, I'm only 14 pounds down from that. I'm 200.
And he's only 5'10", 5'9", 5'10". What are you? 5'10" in your shoes?
5'10" sounds good. Let's go with that.
5'9".
I don't know. Somewhere in there. Speaking of 5'10", we measured my cannon.
So when he says his cannon,
he's taller
he's
than I
saying
am already.
his son, not a
we just
cannon.
measured today.
Like, it's not the Civil War.
No, my son Cannon, 14-year-old boy. No, he's probably
he's
almost
5'10"?
an inch taller than I am.
Is that what you just said? What did you say he was?
No, he's just. I don't remember what he is, but he's an inch taller than me.
Well, you would know if
on our board that we have on the wall.
He's not. He's
over
6 foot?
6 feet. I'll measure it.
Oh.
Well, on that board he is, yeah. But I don't know if the board's right.
Wait, was this a
you hang
DIY? Was it a DIY you mounted?
It's a board that my wife's got hanging on the wall. Yeah, I didn't mount it.
Yeah.
It's been on there. It's been there.
He's getting tall. He's for sure tall. He's he probably weighs
either way, he's an inch taller than I am, and he'll be 15 in July.
He needs to get on that cheeseburger diet. Get some of them quarter pounders. But I was that way.
Dude,
you remember when I was that? Oh yeah.
You were skinny your whole life.
Beanpole, dude. I just kept getting taller.
And I just kept getting fatter.
But, dude, that's where I say, like, it seems like I'm not in the same family, dude. I'm telling you, Mom picked me up off the front door of the church or something. Because Kevin's
I don't know. She is. But
what's he pushing? He's a big kid.
He's a big boy. I don't know. But he's just as tall as you are. You're 6'5", and he's 6'4", and I'm 5'10".
I think I'm only like 6'4".
How does that work out?
Yeah.
You both are right there, 6'4", 6'5", whatever.
Hopefully they're
after
taller.
Your back surgery, you might be shorter.
They crank that stuff up there, add some discs.
They add stuff to you.
Put some of them discs in there, make it taller,
All right, so back to the food stuff. I just want to say, if there are listeners and stuff like that, you've got, got your ideas of what works for you and stuff, we'd love to hear it. I mean, I may or may not.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
we come from. Yeah, when you guys get on, make sure you click on there, subscribe, comment, just so we can track and see who's where and what. But yeah, we definitely want to hear that, because it's also because we're getting it from both sides. I feel like it's a good thing, like how mine is on the other end of the spectrum, where I'm very boring in food regimen stuff, most certainly during the day and weekdays I should say, because I am a firm believer. And
I apologize. I apologize for saying boring. I don't mean for boring.
Correct, but I also am during the week.
It is very calculated.
So I believe that you should also. When at first you should definitely stick to it, and once you have established that in your food part of it, then you can have those cheat times. If you want to call it a cheat. I'm quoting right now again, if you're watching or listening. But there is those cheat days, because everybody's like, oh, I got to have a cheat day. No, you don't. And you shouldn't. Especially when you're extremely overweight, or you are wanting to and you don't have that mentality of sticking to a heavy food regimen.
Yeah, I have a cheat day.
Yeah,
and then
now
that
I'm
cheat day
now
2 days later,
shoot,
and then I'm
having
like,
a
well, I
feed-
just did
yeah,
it the other
I
day,
haven't
and I feel
gained
fine.
anything
So let's do it again.
because it doesn't happen overnight. But that's the thing. But if you can go a certain distance, like quite a while in doing it, I mean, you can't just be some fat person that wants to go and go onto an eating regimen and be like, okay, I'm only going to do this for 5 days because I need to have a cheat day. And it's like, no, you don't need to have a cheat day until, like, set yourself some goals. Like, run it a good eating for 2 months and then be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to smash down a pint of ice cream. I don't know. And then just see what your body feels like when you're sitting on the toilet just crapping your pants out. But that's the thing, because due to how I eat now, if I go and eat something weird, like for the weekend, and we go somewhere or do something, dude, my stomach, and I got the stomach of a billy goat, dude, and my stomach is like, I mean, I've eaten raw chicken before, accidentally. This might have been back in the party days when we were drinking hard. I thought I cooked it all the way. Don't judge me. Luckily, I didn't eat the whole thing, dude. I opened up, and I went to throw it away. Nighttime.
Oof.
This is what I learned. You take pre-cooked chicken on man trips. Oh, yeah. So I rolled up on this man trip with raw chicken, and I put all the veggies, did like I call it a hobo dinner. Then you just throw it on the fire in the tinfoil. Yeah. Yeah. So I throw it in there,
Other people
cook it
call
all up,
tinfoil dinner,
rip it out, sitting there eating it, doing my thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm full, man. And I close it back up, just set it on the ground by my camping chair. I'm sleepy. So I go crawl into my cot or whatever we're in, because we can talk about another man trip stuff later. But, as I get up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I got to clean up my mess. We're getting ready to leave. And I go and grab it. And I'm like, oh, I open it up. And the whole inside, like I've eaten half of it. And the inner part of it's all just that. It's just raw chicken. Just that pink, squishy. I was like, oh, man, that's why my stomach feels so weird this morning. I thought it was just from the beverages that I had been consuming. No. I'm pretty sure they helped probably kill the salmonella. Not that there was salmonella, but yeah. So it's definitely, but yeah, the eating stuff. I mean, whatever. People, please comment. Let us know. Like, there's always two sides to every different story. There's always different stories I'd love to hear, like how people did it. I have a buddy that did the keto, like getting strips, but going into ketosis. He had to take like the little powders and supplement stuff with it, which I feel like is probably, there's a reason why you're having to take this other stuff, because you're depleting your body of the stuff that you need. Yeah,
you're deficient.
But, I told him, if it helps you and it gets you rolling and it gets you into that mindset, then do it. And I mean, he lost like, I want to say 60, 70 pounds. Something like that. I mean, it was impressive.
Right.
But yeah. So there's always there. It's always there.
That's
but yeah,
stuff.
Comment on it. Subscribe to it. Let us know. We'd love to have some feedback on it. I think we're about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bengals,
let me know
the Bengals won. That keeps my pick'ems alive. Oh yeah.
Does it? See, I would have went with the Ravens.
That's why you wouldn't be in first place right now.
That's why I didn't.
Daddy's in first place. So let's go, America. Let's go, America's team tomorrow.
On your pick.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Is that what they call them now? America's team. Yeah, let's do it.
Going with the Cowboys.
I feel like Tom Brady can put a push on there,
I
but
think they're gonna win.
I don't think it's gonna be enough. So you heard it here. You heard
Last
it here
hurrah
first.
for him, you think?
I don't think I'm going to get this edited and put on in time, but it will be like time stamped, so you'll know. Yeah,
it's Sunday night
watch the Bengals and
the
Ravens, so that gives you an idea of what it is. It's Sunday night, the 15th. It's Friday the 13th this week too.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, it's all good.
Anything scary happen? Nothing scary.
Not till the end of the day. No. Well, I got I didn't get stuck that day. No, it was a good day.
All right. Well, we thank you guys. Thank you. I think. Vinny, you got anything else going? You good? Let's wrap this thing up. We can.
No.
You can try. You can try some spring stuff on me next time.
I think we want to talk about some.
If you want.
I think we want to talk about some.
Hey, we thank you guys for getting on there. We got some pretty good followers coming along. We just need, but basically it just has to go through, look at who's subscribing, and I mean just got to hit the subscribe button so we can kind of track who's where and who's doing what and how we're doing, and so that way it kind of helps us to adjust or make things. I want to get start getting some guests on here. It's gonna. I can't say that we're going to, because Alexa and I tried it last night, and you can't do it with the equipment that we have right now. You can't double it up. Possibly if you had a guest, we could do a remote one, kind of the same as we're doing with you. But I would like to have them to where they can come into here, into my little setup studio I got right here, because I had Alexa sitting here with us, and we shot a little show, and there's an echo. It picks up. Her mic picks up my mic, and even we weren't using this new mic here. We had this other one, but I had two cameras set up.
Or have two cameras, one mic.
You could, but you'd have to. I mean, we're gonna be. I want to do it with the two, so we'll see. We're gonna kind of look at it. We gotta. It's not cheap to dump money into those switchboards and stuff like that, but.
No, but
yeah, I mean, if there's anybody that starts listening and wants to drop some, do some, what do they call that? The old ads. Well, not really donations.
Donations.
Something. Sponsor something. We'll keep it rolling, but I mean, it's whatever. It's just fun, dude. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy BSing with you. The feedback we've gotten, some help us out, and stuff like that, and things to do and to look forward to. So, yeah. Let's just keep going. So, all right, we've been on here for a hot minute, so we'll get rolling on this one. So, this is episode 3.
Episode 3.
We got her in.
Episode
get on,
3
subscribe,
out.
comment. We're on YouTube, Pandora, Spotify. Just look it up, Flapping Your Gums with Vinny and Hesse. And we got to put that new logo out, too. But, hey, we love you guys. Love you, brother. Peace out.